Good morning and happy Thursday. One more sleep till the last day of work for most, unless you work on the weekend. And we're just getting by, right?
Yeah.
And doing what you got to do to make it one more day and just do your thing and be productive and empathetic and respectful and be all those things to yourself too.
Oh, nice. Good one, baby.
You know? Yeah. Like you're respectful to other people, but you got to be respectful to yourself. Yeah, I think a lot of people, they're nice and kind to other people, but they are not to themselves, and you deserve it too.
For real.
And in order to be a good person to others, you have to be a good person to yourself first. Love yourself.
Yeah, you can't do nothing for nobody if you can't do nothing for yourself first. That makes all the sense in the world. No lies detected.
Sorry, had to take my BP meds. Got to keep things on the level here.
Yep.
So,
man.
So wherever you are and whatever you're doing today, do make it the best day possible. Yeah. So.
Shout out California, y'all. Be safe, please,
And if you're one of our few listeners in California, I hope you're okay and safe, or if you have family or friends or associates in that area, I hope everyone's okay. And that guy's just talking to the reporter. Meanwhile, the building behind him is burning.
It's crazy. That's out of Eaton Canyon, Cali.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like we were saying, we know people have insurance and stuff, but that doesn't help you in the moment when you're seeing your fucking shit on fire.
The State Farm people don't have insurance.
Right.
I did just look that up. It's 72,000 people were dropped by State Farm in January.
Uh-oh.
So, hey, Trump, if you want to do something and blame somebody, why don't you look into why State Farm dropped 72,000 people?
He's probably
because
happy
they were a wildfire risk.
He's probably happy about it because he hates California.
Right.
Because it's a blue state.
Right.
All right, y'all. We are out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And take that advice from Michelle.
Got to make the donuts.
That was some golden advice she just spit.
I do it pretty good.
Yep. All right, y'all. Peace and enjoy the episode. It's the LOX. Styles P and Jada, the best rappers, y'all. Sheik is underrated. He ain't on their level, but Sheik's underrated.
It's because I'm remembering. Pass me that bottle. It's lit, Mo. It's lit. Your fault. You was raised right, but you rap wrong. Weed had seeds in it. Coke wasn't stepped on. Sweat mopped and waxed the floor that you slept on. Before you left the crib, you bundled up and kept your neck warm. Blackberry brandy, a stack for the family. Walk down to Hastings, come back with a can. Stole video games, they acting funny with the sticks. Galleria was popping when lunch money was the shit. Garbage can with the fire on it. Cable box with the wire on it. Before the man on the horse, I had the tiger on it. Recall fixing the bike, putting the tire on it.
What's up, baby? Doesn't feel that cold, maybe because I just took a shower.
Yeah, I'm warm from being under the covers, but
right.
I can tell it's chilly.
Mm-hmm. Feel like we're the only ones alive.
Right.
Because it'd be so. But it's already 5:02 in the morning, but.
My alarm is going off, Ben.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, y'all. Yep. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is. Just out here with the dog. And it's Thursday. It is Thursday.
Thank God.
NFL playoffs start this weekend. Packers got to play the Eagles. I don't know if Jalen Hurts is playing. I'm sure they'll have him ready to go by game time. He had a concussion or whatever, so that's why they held him out last game. All right, y'all.
It's cold.
It is cold. Yeah. The heat from the shower is starting to wear off now.
Right. I know. Thank God this jacket is so warm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michelle's got a big old nice warm coat on. All right, y'all, we're going to get back in.
Yeah.
But the cold weather will wake you up, though. When you come out, it'll tell you it's time to get up. But the hawk isn't out yet because it's not really windy. So, that hawk ain't out here. It ain't that cold yet, but it is. It's picking up. It'd be nice.
I wouldn't want to stand out here for an hour.
Right. You know what's crazy, though? We're going to end up getting like another 50-degree day or some shit like that. We're going to be like, oh, shit. And then the next day it's going to be like 6 degrees.
Like, I don't mind snow. I don't like the below zero stuff.
Yep, and that wind. The wind to be making it, like, really cold. Because you notice how, like, when it'll be, like, 30 degrees out and it'll be snowing, like, it still won't be that cold.
Right, right. It's tolerable.
It's tolerable, yep. I wish it would. Well, there's not a whole bunch of salt out here, but that stuff will be getting caught, you know, in the dog's paws and shit.
Yeah, the back is really bad.
The back is terrible. Do I say the word terrible funny, y'all? Michelle. Well, she likes the way I say terrible. Terrible. All right, y'all. So Michelle said he pooped. I missed that part because I was getting changed before I went outside.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like not diarrhea.
Wasn't runny.
It's a good sign. I think he just had a foul stomach. But like we said, you know, I ain't gonna say we panic, but we worry a little bit because he's older. You know what I mean? So when you start seeing stuff like that, you gotta just make sure they're good.
So it's safe to carpet clean that.
Yeah, we're gonna clean the carpets later. And then we'll get some food in Charlie. I know he's got to be starving. Because we only gave him, like, a snack yesterday, that's all.
I gave him a cup of rice.
Oh, and then Michelle gave him some brown rice. Yeah, that's right. I picked some brown rice up from the store. So he's good to go now. All right, y'all.
That's going to go against Chris Paul. Just watch Chris Paul. That's 2 hands in the back.
Shout out Simple Joy's Bakery. They got those croissants. They're like, what are they like? They're like pastry croissants or something, basically.
Yes.
They're good as hell. Michelle hasn't tried them right. I had bought them a couple times, but she hadn't ate them. But then today, I bought some. They had I got the little raspberry ones and an apple. She tried the raspberry, and she was sitting there. She was like, "These are good." Well, baby. So we got those. So shout them out. Shout out the Bucks. We're watching the Bucks game. It's a late game here in Milwaukee. We usually don't start at 8:30. But back in the day, it's recent. I'm gonna say about not even like 7-8 years ago, it was a normal thing for Bucks games to start at 8 o'clock on a weekday or on a weekend, and then it went to like 7 o'clock for some reason. But yeah, it's an 8:30 start. They're playing the Spurs. They're winning right now. Dame for 3. Michelle's got Dame in the lineup. Brooke Lopez. Joker ain't playing again tonight. I think he's sick. But this is what I wanted to do. Hey, baby. Hold on, I'm going to turn this light on real quick. So I went to see my PO for the last time and all that. Remember I was telling them? So, you know, we had to, like, get new rules and all that. You know, they make you just sign, like, they, like, update your rules of supervision every once in a while. You just got to, like, go in there and sign them and all that kind of bullshit. No big deal, nothing major, right? So, I don't know. Y'all probably, I wanted to read some of these. We ain't going to read. There's 18 of them. Standard 18, right? So I was just going to have Michelle read just a few of them. And I wanted y'all to just listen to some of the nonsense, or if you think just some of these are nonsense, or do you think they're legit, or they should be the way they are, or they're too extreme, not enough, what? Is it something you think you could handle, or do you think it's ridiculous, overkill, not enough, what? So I'm gonna see what Michelle thinks. Okay. Can you see, baby?
Let's see how small the print is.
Should I get you need your glasses?
No, I should be able to.
Find some ridiculous ones or something, maybe. So there's a standard 18 that, like, everybody gets. And then depending on, like, your specific situation, they may add some, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So I got the standard 18, just the basic.
I'm just trying to find just something.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So Michelle's scanning some. But even some of the ones that you would just consider basic, it's just like, what?
I mean, you would just assume, you know, like, let your, you know, give notice, report all arrests or police contact your agent within 72 hours. They are being notified. You don't have to do that. Like, not vote, obtain permission from your agent prior to purchasing, possessing, owning, or carrying a firearm, or other weapon or ammunition, including incapacitating agents, like pepper spray. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. Obtain approval from your agent prior to borrowing money or purchasing on credit.
I knew once you got into the meat of it, you'd see some shit that was ridiculous. I knew you were going to be like, wait, what? Just keep going, baby. You'll see.
Obtain written approval from your agent prior to purchasing, trading, selling, or operating a motor vehicle. So you can't even operate a motor vehicle without asking them?
Remember when I had to give all that information to them and stuff and all that? I'll be right back, baby.
Okay.
Let's go, Buck.
Make yourself available for searches including but not limited to residence, property, computer, cell phone, or other electronic device under your control. Pay your court fees, court obligations, not vote.
This is the version of the Milwaukee Bucks that Doc Rivers believes, hey, you put something in front of us, we can beat anybody.
This is dumb. Provide true, accurate, and complete information in response to inquiries by any DOC staff. Obviously. Wait, report as directed for scheduled and unscheduled appointments. Well, if it's unscheduled, how do you know about it?
They just show up.
I guess.
What about the one with the search and see? Like, they can just pop up anytime and just be like, yo, we're coming in to just look around.
Yeah, look at your cell phone. Yeah, it's like to search property, computer, cell phone, or other electronic device. Now, that's probably reserved for the pedos. They probably have to regularly look at their shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they should be.
They should be.
I mean, some of these are just kind of like obvious.
Just like rules that just everyone lives by.
It's just like being a law-abiding citizen, really. Inform your agent of your whereabouts and activities as he or she directs. So, I mean, you just, like, hey, I'm running to the store. Hey, I'm doing this.
Hey, I'm going to open a new bank account.
Right, right.
Hey, I'm thinking about buying a car. Can I?
Yeah, I applied for a credit card. Is that okay?
Is that okay? No, it would have to be, I'm thinking about.
I'm thinking about applying,
yeah. No, I did. Is it okay?
Because then it'll be like, oh, when did you do that?
Exactly.
Clink, clink.
It's too late. Let's see. Let's see.
They seem pretty straightforward. I mean, honestly, there's nothing really ridiculous.
Obtain approval and a travel permit from your agent prior to leaving the state of Wisconsin.
I mean, obviously, because you would want to know, they would want to know, like, if you're leaving the state and you don't return, you know.
Submit a written report monthly and other such relevant information as directed. Make yourself available for searches including but not limited to residence, property, computer, cell phone, or other. Yeah, you're right. That's for like people that got like them weird cases and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. And these are all. This ain't no like exclusive information. Y'all can go online and look up basic probation and parole rules. So I ain't giving y'all no exclusive information or nothing. Make every effort to accept the opportunities and cooperate with counseling offered during supervision to include addressing the ending and blah, blah, blah. I mean, they sound pretty. You should have saw them ERP rules, though. Oh, my God. Yeah. Winding down to the end of it, though.
Yeah.
Feeling hemp calm.
On that cran apple juice. What kind is that we get? I can't. Is that ocean spray or whatever it might be or whatever? Yeah, that stuff is good. That cran apple mix, I got that one. I'm about to go get me a glass of that. The Bucks are killing the Spurs. They're beating them. You can just tell they're going to beat them. So I think we're going to throw some Arbel on in a little bit. And it was crazy. I wanted to play the clip from last night because I think it was a show from like 15 when Trump was first starting to run. And it was during the primary, and he was like reading off the numbers. And he was just saying how crazy the shit is. And because he read the numbers, like Trump was at like 24, Scott Walker was at like 13, that Jeb Bush was at like 11, or whatever. And then he was just saying how crazy it was. And then the person that like, whoever he was like conversating with that night or whatever, hadn't really been super paying attention to it because they didn't think Trump was going to, they were like, oh, whatever. And then he was reading in the numbers, and dude was like, really? And he was like, yeah. He was like, this shit is it's crazy. And then he was saying like, well, yeah, Trump. And then like there was these white dudes, they were calling in saying how like they like how Trump just says whatever, does whatever. No, he's not a politician and all this bullshit. And then Arbel was just sitting there saying how he was like, I'm not going to vote for the guy or anything. He was like, but I'd love to have a conversation with him and all this and this and that. So it'd be fascinating because, like, Arbel's dead now.
Right.
Because, like, no one thought dude was going to, like, no one took dude serious. And I don't even think he thought he was going to win. I thought he was doing it just to, like, kind of, like, have a comeback. You know what I mean? Because, like, after The Apprentice fell off, it went off, he kind of like was kind of out the spotlight. Because didn't he stop running that Miss USA or that pageant shit?
Oh, absolutely. And we know
I think something happened with that where he stopped doing that or something. Like he wasn't, I don't think he was really in the spotlight for a while, and he kind of went away, and then
It used to be at one of his hotels or something like
yeah, I knew he had a lot to do with that shit. And then you weren't really hearing nothing from dude for a while.
that. Yeah, now Shannon Moakler does it.
Oh, okay. But ooh, Norman Powell's killing it for you. He's got 25 points.
Thanks, Norm.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so we're just watching the game, y'all. Just sitting here chatting it up. Yeah, these rules, you know, they don't sound too ridiculous, but when you're doing them, you know, comply with any court order, conditions, and any other additional rules established by your agent. So in other words, they can just start adding on.
So you may have special rules based on what your offenses
that's probably what that
or
is.
offenses were.
Yeah.
You know, like if you can't be a certain amount of feet from
the
a
school,
store,
like if you were adult, like sometimes like certain drug offenses, like because you can get like enhanced drug charges, like if you're selling drugs like within a school zone and stuff like that. Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Or like if your thing had, you know, like that you can't have any contact with your victim or victims, shit like that.
Yeah. All right, so I'm about to go get me some cran apple.
This halftime is presented
by
Electric Hyundai Ioniq 5.
And we're about to go to bed. It's been a long day. We got a little nap in, but then we kind of got up and just kind of got after it again. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a hard time waking up, that's for sure.
Yeah. That shit was crazy as hell. We basically up since 1 o'clock in the morning with about an hour nap. Kind of. So, yeah.
And then I fell back asleep. Maybe for like another 30 minutes. Like I woke up and my eyes were like, it was like a cartoon, like how they're like,
yeah,
like Tom and Jerry. Like,
speaking of that, you took the words right out of my mouth. We could go to bed to some Tom and Jerry or something like that. But I like the old ones. I don't like the ones where they had like the new cat and the new Jerry. Yeah, I liked it, the old ones. But I think my favorite cartoon was Woody Woodpecker. But I like Super Friends back in the day. I used to remember getting up Saturday mornings, eating cereal and shit, watching Super Friends. NBA is monitoring the wildfires for the Hornets-Lakers game because they got a game in LA tomorrow. I was wondering about that. Damn, what were we? Oh, you were talking about the Hollywood sign. Like, you were like, what if the Hollywood sign got burned down?
Yeah.
You know, the fire is near there now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said it was blowing like west of it or something like that, of the Hollywood Hills. Yeah, that's crazy, y'all.
Are you okay?
I mean, I know, you know, a lot of them people have insurance and all that stuff like that, but that don't have you feeling good when your shit's just wiped away right then and there. Right, exactly. People's pets and shit were dying, and
Hey, you want shots, huh? Shots?
think about all them animals that are up in the woods and shit that are dying and burning up and stuff.
Right.
That's crazy.
I saw like a video of like a little baby deer
Oh, really?
running like down the street.
Damn. He's probably... I'm so sick of Kevin Hart. Every time I turn up...
Everywhere.
Exactly. Every time I look up, man, he's somewhere. Like a... Ugh, man. Because he ain't funny to me, that's all.
Right.
I ain't counting his pockets. I'm not hating on none of that shit. I don't really... Y'all don't ever really even hear us talk about Kevin Hart. I just don't think he's funny.
Battles for dominance intensify amongst adversaries.
And it's always seems like no matter what the industry is or what it is, a lot of times it seems like the best artists or the best don't always get the most. You know what I mean?
Right.
The most like the publicity or like the shot or whatever. That's in everything. It seems like. All right, y'all, we're gonna get out of here. Oh, Darius Garland hit a game winner. Oh no. Oh, okay. No, he ain't hit a game winner. What's? Obi Toppin. That's one of my players. He's garbage, but he can dunk. He can jump out the gym now. Giannis. Giannis does act spoiled, though. Somebody had asked him something. I think they had lost a game or something. I don't know exactly what it was. Had maybe a few days ago, and they had asked him something about how he felt about something. He was like, he was like, my wife still loves me, and or something. I was just like, dude, that shit's corny as hell. Like,
it all started with a small business idea. It's a pillow with the speaker in. That's right, Craig. Pulling the perfect team. Somebody
still needs to let dude know about the Wiz too.
Right.
See, that's the thing. Like, his black experience is different than other black people's. That's why I think too a little bit. I may be going too deep into it, but like, I think some black ball players in the league don't really like Giannis. That's what I think. Because they think dude acts a little like entitled. He acts like he's too good to hang around people. Like, because when he was like a few years ago and stuff like that, like other NBA players would be trying to get dude to come like work out with them during the summer, you know, and stuff like that. And dude would be like, "No, I'm good. I don't want to." Dude, you can still be a competitor and want to beat them, but go work out with them in the. That's not going to take away from your competitiveness and you wanting to win and all that kind of shit. That don't even make no damn sense, man. I just think he just doesn't feel comfortable around certain black individuals because his black experience is different. Because he went straight from wherever he was at when he was playing ball over there, came over here, got drafted, and was basically coddled and kind of sheltered and basically started playing ball.
Right.
He never really got immersed or really got introduced to black culture here in the United States. I mean, he has black teammates and stuff like that and hangs out with them on the plane and kind of stuff like that. But I don't really see Giannis as like someone that really goes out with the teammates and stuff to dinners and all that kind of stuff when they're out on the road.
Right.
And I could be totally wrong, but I don't really see him doing that.
No, it seems like he just hangs with his family.
Right. He's either in his hotel room just kind of chilling, or maybe he brings a wife. I don't know how that is, if you could bring like your family along on road trips and stuff. But, and then like when he's home, like from home, he probably leaves from Pfizer Forum straight home.
Right.
Because he keeps a girl pregnant. What's his wife's name?
Welcome to the Credit Karma.
That's why I don't mean to say, oh, girl. You know what I'm saying? We're just sitting here talking.
It's like something like,
Don't nobody be offended.
Simply scan your screen to experience.
See, you know. Man.
The parties are rough.
Mariah.
It's Mariah? Yeah. Because Michelle was saying, like, not that it's her. Michelle didn't say it's her responsibility. I'm saying, I'm like adding it in. And I ain't saying it's her responsibility because she could have helped Giannis get a little culture.
I mean, because she's from here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dang, like, you don't know about the Wiz? All right, we're going to let them go. But yeah, they're here in Milwaukee. The Bucks are beating the shit out the Spurs, 65-46. And I think this is going to continue to be a blowout. Dame's got 10 points, 4 assists. So he's doing good for you, baby.
Good.
Yeah. And Norman Powell's got like 25 points. Ooh, excuse me, I burped. All right, y'all. We will check in with y'all in the next day or two. Peace.
That was perfect, wasn't it?
Good morning, y'all. This is DVJ&MICHELLE, and this is the Cold World Podcast. It's January 9th, y'all. Let's check in with CNN and see what's going on with the California wildfires. I hope everyone out there is doing okay. And shout out Victor Newman, a.k.a. Eric Brayton. I think he lost his house, too. Michelle was watching a video of him, and he posted, and he was saying, like, basically, like, goodbye, home. I believe she said Billy Crystal's home was destroyed, too, and just think, not only celebrities, stuff is getting ruined. Just regular, everyday people. I mean, I know, people out there, carve out a decent way of living and stuff like that, and I know a lot of them have insurance and all that, but that doesn't help you out when you're seeing your house just go down in flames, you know what I mean? But it's not just celebrities that are losing their stuff. Everyone's losing their shit. So I think it's important just to acknowledge everyone's losing their stuff. You shouldn't have to be a celebrity to get, to be interviewed or asked how you feel about it, or, you know what I mean? Like, your house shouldn't be any less important because you're not a TV star or whatever, or a movie star, or, athlete or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I am about to take the dog out and get my first cup of coffee in me. All right, y'all, enjoy today's clips, episode, and all that stuff. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's get to this episode. But first of all, I gotta pick up some more coffee today because I used the last of it this morning, like the other stuff we had, and then that lavender, what was it? That vanilla lavender. I don't really like that. I didn't really like it. The taste of it, I don't want that every sip. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just a little too much. But so this is just the Folgers right now, because I had to stop at the gas station and buy that shit. What was it, like last week? Because it's, real early in the morning. I was going to work. We needed coffee. So in those moments, you got to do what you got to do. So I ended up getting a thing of Folgers, which is decent. Not the greatest, but it's solid. But I'm going to be getting Collectivo today. Yeah, and shout out Simple Joy's Bakery. Man, I don't know if y'all have that in whatever state you're listening to, but here in Wisconsin, man, this stuff is good. They're like croissant. They're like filled croissants, right? But they're like, the consistency is croissant. It's not like a hard roll or like a Danish or, you know what I mean? And I got the raspberry ones and the apple ones. Michelle loved the raspberry ones. They're gone. So yeah, shout out Simple Joy's, that's Joys Bakery. Yeah, because I still got some of the apple ones left, so I'm gonna get after those. Okay, so they are out of, where are they at? Oh, they're out of now I know recently I found out that like Canada and all that stuff, like they have a different way like of pronouncing like their cities, states, territories, provinces, whatever they're called. Because, like, here it's just like Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the state of Wisconsin. But, like, I heard, like, in Canada and, like, certain other places even, like, it'd be, because I always wondered that, like, you'll hear, it'd be like Monterey, Ontario, and it's just like, wait, I thought it was just Ontario, Canada, or, you know what I mean? So, like, yeah. So I know, like, it's a little different just how that is out there. But yeah, this product is out of Canada, yep. So shout them out. This is FGF Brands Inc. out of Toronto. See, yep, Toronto, Ontario. See? Yeah. See, yeah, it's weird, not weird, because you know what I mean, I'm from America, y'all. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying. I live here, is what I should say. But, yeah, this is a Canadian product. It's very good. Very good. Yep. Simple Joy's Bakery. All right, y'all. I'm going to take the dogs out, have some coffee, watch the news, huddle up with Michelle when she gets up, and then we're going to get going to work. You know what I'm saying? Everyday shit. And then we'll be back to holler at y'all later. So enjoy the clips, the content, the music. And, yeah. Peace, y'all.
Pay full attention. This is for gangsters. This is for gentlemen. There's two kind of people out here. I happen to be the boss type. I'm a product of my environment. Blame the streets. I am what they made me. My pops came from Bed-Stuy, my mom came from Africa. I'm old nigga if you know what I mean. They hooked up in the 70s when liquor and weed was heavy and had me in Corona, Queens. By the time I was 7, my mom left my pop and we moved to the south side of Yonkers, New York. Then my mom remarried, had my little brother Gary. My sister a year later let me gather my thoughts. By the time I was 9, I was out of my mind. My step-pops didn't like me, beat me out of my mind. 10 and 11 the same, I never would change. He still had to hit me.
What were you saying about the, my bad, y'all, the fire insurance or whatever?
State Farm just canceled, like, I don't know how many, like, tons of people's homeowners and policies.
They canceled it?
Yeah, in January. So
What's
a lot
up
of
with
these,
that?
so a lot of these people, like that actor James Woods, I fucking hate him because he's like a right-wing conspiracy theorist person. Yeah. Which I didn't know that. He's a good actor, but personally,
I seem to remember him, and I wasn't a Simpsons fan, but why do I remember him being referenced on The Simpsons a lot?
I don't know, and he has a Simpsons-like face, by the way.
He does, actually.
But
he is a weirdo.
But like his home was ravaged, and he does not have insurance.
Well.
So, but there's
karma's
many,
a bitch, James
right,
Woods.
But there's many people
Who are some of the
in his situation.
Shout out.
I mean, I don't know who has insurance and who hasn't.
Most of them do, probably.
But if you had State Farm, it was canceled. So there's nothing. So you can't rebuild. You can't recover. You know.
Who else and stuff? Didn't you say some of the people from our soap opera?
Billy Crystal. He was evacuating. I don't know about.
Shout out Victor Newman. Dude's a good dude in real life.
The actor Cameron Matheson.
Don't know who that is, baby.
He's on my soap opera. He's on my soap, but you'd know him if you saw him.
Okay.
And he's on General Hospital. His house burnt down to the ground.
Any news on the Hollywood sign?
Not this morning.
Because I saw a report. It was weird.
Was close.
You were saying, like, what if the Hollywood sign gets hit? And then I saw a tweet from somebody saying that it was like the fire was near.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, that's crazy. She was just talking about that.
Like, I don't know, and I don't know, like, how firefighters are supposed to, like, put out
that kind of fire.
That kind of fire. Like, they were saying, like, you know, like, they weren't even, like, attempting to put out every building.
Because it's just dangerous for everyone, because, like, you can't, there's no way you can get...
I mean, I think that they were trying to, like, get the ground wet where the fires weren't.
Oh,
to prevent it from spreading, yeah. Okay. But, like, I know that they had that $17 million budget cut. However, fire departments from other areas and other states were coming.
Emerging and helping out.
And helping, so, like, I don't... The only people that were complaining about political stuff was, like, MAGA supporters, to be honest, what I saw online.
They're still blaming anything that happens now in this world, I don't care how small or big it is.
They blame it on Democrats.
They're blaming it on Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or
because they were just
Gavin
like,
Newsom.
These fires are all the Democrats' fault. And I'm like, but how? How?
And then they expect people to believe that. And there are people that believe that. It's so frustrating.
And like whether that's true, I'm sure there's blame to go around everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. But now isn't the time.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to hear that, Gavin Newsom didn't do something with water storage when your house is burning.
Right.
And like you just lost everything. Mm-hmm. You don't want to hear that. You want a hug, comforting...
And some kind of solution. You want to see and hear people
like
Airbnb
teamed up with, like government services and is offering, like free stays for a week for everybody who had to evacuate. And, like they're... I mean, it sounds like people are coming in to help, so...
Mm-hmm. Yep. Y'all enjoy the music in the background, too. That's a summer breeze. That's, this is Ramsey Lewis Trio, 1973. Wow.
The year of our birth.
Wow. What a great year. Bum, 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 bum. All right, y'all, I'm going to let this play for a second. Because I know some of y'all are probably rolling around in your vehicles or just chilling or whatever. So, this music part, I'm going to let it roll for about a minute, y'all. This is a Ramsey Lewis Trio. Great jazz music. We're going to get to some pullovers, too, y'all, in a little bit. How's your first cup of coffee, baby?
It's very delicious.
Michelle, y'all should see her face. I think her stomach's talking to her. Summer breeze. Oh, y'all, you know what? While Michelle's doing that, I'm going to check the stats. Let's check the stats, y'all. But I like doing that, you know what I'm saying? Because I like to shout out people that are listening. And I like to, you know what I'm saying, say thank you and appreciate and all that stuff like that. So, we're going to get to some of that real quick. Packers, big game coming up too this weekend, y'all. Yeah, I think that Jalen Hurts is going to be ready to play, but he doesn't really, I don't really fear him. Because to me, Jalen Hurts isn't a great thrower of the football. Not that accurate. He can throw that deep ball, but other than that, with the mid-range, the little 15 to 20-yard passes, he's not the most accurate guy. You know what I mean? But I do see I see the Packers having an issue with Saquon Barkley. Because let's just face it, y'all, the Packers' downfall this year in the playoffs is going to be their defense. You can run on them, you can throw on them. I mean, dude, the Packers get turned over. Their secondary isn't that bad actually, but they don't get a lot of pressure up front. You know what I mean? So they'll be getting picked apart in that backfield sometimes. Because I don't care how great of corners you have, good corners, if that quarterback has 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds to sit back there and scan the field, he's going to find an open receiver. You know what I mean? You can't cover a guy that long. So, yeah, but I see that being the Packers' downfall. But obviously, you're rooting for your team. I got my Packer hoodie on and everything right now. Yep. All right, y'all, we'll go Pack Go. Bucks got a win last night. I think they did. I hope they did. We fell asleep. All right, so we're going to get going. Finish this episode. I'm going to knock these little dishes out before we head out. And then, yeah. All right, y'all, I'm going to get to these stats real quick, okay? Be right back. Relax. Gil Scott-Heron. This song's about Angola prison and shit down in Louisiana. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
I've been painted a picture of Angola, Louisiana. Pictures of deals in back alleys where politicians often hide. But it's much more important to me than Angola, Louisiana. Got a lot to do with justice, but more with Gary Tyler's life.
Y'all go check out Gary Tyler.
From his mother said, please say something to my son. Truth is, for Angola, Louisiana, you're the one. We're here. I ain't never been nowhere near Angola, Louisiana. Down in St. Charles Parish.
Have some empathy for people that are going through stuff that you're not. We gotta have the ability to put ourselves in someone else's shoes.
Angola, Louisiana. No, it can walk in your living room as long as it's around your home. Send love to Brother Tyler, but after all is said and done, truth is, Angola, Louisiana, you're the one.
Man, that's crazy. You know, you hear about all the time about, you know, what's going on in Gaza and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And the Palestinians and just all that stuff, right? So they got a report from the AP, Associated Press, says more than 46,000 Palestinians have been killed in the Israel-Hamas war, officials say. And this is by Wafa Sharafa and Fatima Khaled. This was updated 5:25 Central Standard Time, January 9, 2025. So it says more than 46,000 Palestinians have been killed in the Israel-Hamas war, Gaza's health ministry said Thursday, with no end in sight to the 15-month conflict. The ministry said a total of 46,006 Palestinians have been killed and 109,378 wounded. It is said, come on, y'all, get this stupid ad off my phone. Sorry about that, y'all. The ministry said a total of 46,006 Palestinians have been killed and 109,378 wounded. It has said women and children make up more than half of the fatalities. That's fucked up. But does not say how many of the dead were fighters or civilians. The Israeli military says it has killed over 17,000 militants without providing evidence. It says it tries to avoid harming civilians and blames Hamas for their deaths because the militants operate in residential areas. Israel has also reportedly struck what it claims are militant hiding in shelters and hospitals, often killing women and children. The war began when Hamas-led militants stormed into Israel on October 7, 2023, killing some 1,200 people, mostly civilians, and abducting around 250. Some 100 hostages are still inside Gaza. Israeli authorities believe at least a third of them were killed in the initial attack or have died in captivity. Wow. Hurdles remain as Israel and Hamas once again inch towards a ceasefire deal. That'd be nice if they could get that shit done. Man, this shit is crazy. Yeah, it's a mess out there in Los Angeles too, though, y'all, and Cali in general. So Los Angeles wildfires burned thousands of homes and other structures. Yeah. A fast-moving fire broke out in the Hollywood Hills on Wednesday night, threatening one of Los Angeles' most iconic spots as firefighters battled to get under control 3 other major blazes that killed 5 people, put 130,000 people under evacuation orders, and ravaged communities from the Pacific Coast to inland Pasadena. The Sunset Fire started Wednesday evening as officials were holding a news conference to update residents on efforts to fight massive fires in Pacific Palisades and Altadena, and to warn that fire danger remained high. Los Angeles Fire Department Chief Kristen Crowley made a hastily exit after announcing the news fire, and soon after evacuation order was issued. Yeah, it's just crazy out there, man. Wow. The Hollywood Walk of Fame was bustling and the streets around the THU Chinese Theater and Madame Tussauds were packed with stop-and-go traffic as sirens blared and low-flying helicopters flew overhead to dump water on the flames, which were only about a mile away. People toting suitcases left hotels, while some onlookers walked towards the flames, recording the fire on their phones. Within a few hours, firefighters had made major progress. Los Angeles Fire Department Captain Eric Scott said, "They were able to keep the fire in check because we hit it hard and fast, and Mother Nature was a little nicer to us today than she was yesterday." So they are fighting. They are fighting this shit, you know what I'm saying? But, man, so. Yep. All right, y'all. So, it's parole hearing time. So today we got this white fella, this older white fella. So he killed his wife, right? I'm going to give y'all just like the little basic details, and then we'll listen to it, some of it, see if they let this white fella out or not. So this is out of Connecticut, and this dude's about to go in front of the board. It says, so in this video, we're watching the parole board hearing for a man who is in prison for attacking his wife of 45 years. Damn. So let's see if he's taking accountability for it. Let's see if he's blaming. Let's see, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what he's talking about. Let's see if he gets parole. Let's see if he gets any white privilege during this compared to what the brother went through the other day. You know what I'm saying? The way they were berating him and just... So let's see. So yeah, this is out of Connecticut. And, yeah. And that is the Do the Right Thing soundtrack in the back. Yeah. Go check that movie out. And like Spike Lee and them said, always do the right thing. Okay, let's see what they're talking about.
So I understand your question, but I have to disagree on whatever my
so about a minute in.
Regarding aiming the gun to her head. I never did that.
So explain to me what you're saying you're sorry for.
Well, I'm sorry because, I...
Sorry he got caught.
Episode of fighting in the house, and I should make a better decision, just to walk away and to not get, these things to escalate during that day that it happens. But under those circumstances, I aimed that gun to her, not at all.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Prison Audio. My name is Mike, and in this video, we're taking...
Instantly, DraftKings, you make the playoffs even more exciting. Legendary NFL coach Jim Moore.
Then.
All right.
Good morning, panel member Rodriguez.
And I'm Ellen Zappo-Sassett.
Sorry about that little delay in there.
Please state your name and inmate number for the record.
First name is Wilfredo. Middle name Efren. Last name Diaz. D-I-A-Z-S-0.
And your inmate number, please, Mr. Diaz?
440371.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The offender is serving 5 years, executed suspended after 42 months, followed by 5 years probation for threatening first, reckless endangerment first, unlawful restraint first, 2 counts of illegal discharge of firearm, and disorderly conduct. There is an offender accountability plan for the offender. It has been reviewed and shows he has completed the domestic violence program. Utilizing the statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system, the offender's overall score falls within the low range of risk for recidivism. Mr. Diaz, this is your opportunity to express to the board why you believe you should be granted parole. You may begin.
Thank you. You want me to answer that?
So it's your opportunity to say why you should be granted parole today.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am a different person now since 2022 when this happened. I've taken the domestic violence program and identified some triggers that might lead to domestic violence. I also take my medications on time, and I've been good standing here with no tickets whatsoever in the only time that I've been here since 2022.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Diaz?
It's a Latin dude. I think he's white and Latino.
I am very sorry for the crime that I committed, to my wife especially, and also for my 2 sons.
So we will be asking you questions this morning, and after our questioning, we will deliberate and give you our decision.
Thank you.
We also have input from the Office of Victim Services this morning.
Okay.
Okay. So Mr. Rodriguez will begin with questions this morning.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Diaz.
Yes, same.
Yes. I just want to talk a little bit about, you were a gun owner, correct?
Say again, I'm sorry?
You were a permanent gun owner. You had a permit for your gun?
Yes, yes.
But you took gun training.
Correct.
So, let me ask first. You said you were sorry for the crime you committed. Does that mean you're accepting responsibility for how the crime was put on your report? That you made your wife kneel down, that you put a gun to her head, that... Because you also said that you accidentally fired the weapon.
Correct. I understand your question, but I have to disagree on whatever my wife said regarding aiming the gun to her head. I never did that. I've been a gun owner since 1989, and I never had a problem with guns before. Not at all.
I realize that you were a trained gunner, so I'm surprised that the gun went off not once, but twice. You said you were married for 42 years.
47.
Why would she say that kind of a story? I don't understand.
Mr. Rodriguez, I am, as astonished as you. I do not know why she go and said that. I guess that she wanted me out of the house for some reason or whatever reason. But I can tell you, that I never aimed this gun to her head, and she was kneeling. Never.
Silence?
Correct.
Tell me what you learned, because you said you talked about triggers. What did you learn about your triggers?
I learned about my triggers that, for example, drinking could be a real bad trigger, to go into a situation with your wife or your significant other. Also, I have the arguing with the person, in this case with my wife. That's another trigger that I understand, very well, because if you argue, that's a problem. And also the disrespect for my partner, that's another trigger that I found, and I know, these things before, but in my clear mind, I wouldn't walk away, from this situation, and basically I wouldn't be in this situation right now.
So, help me understand, 42 years. How did it get to this point? How did the relationship get to this point?
Like I said, we had before some, scuffles between us, regarding drinking, for example. That's one of the regarding that arguing. But to tell you the truth, I'm as astonished as you are. Be quiet. She put sort of dramatic story in there. I understand that she would be scared when I shoot the gun, okay, accidentally, and in the second room, accidentally as well. But never, I went.
Bill was trying to say that he didn't mean to shoot her.
47 years of marriage, not 42, 47.
For which Mr. Diaz previously participated in a domestic violence program. In review of the pre-sentence report, there's also additional verifications of prior incidents. Mr. Diaz has no criminal history. He does score low for risk to recidivate. He has taken the domestic violence program, which is what we would want him to do. I guess my struggle is with that Mr. Diaz does not appear to have insight into the events and his role in it. And that, I think, also goes to his version that many of the incidents reported did not occur. There is several indications throughout the documents that we read that there is an issue with alcohol.
So they don't believe him. They think he's lying and shit.
Acknowledge it or not. And I was troubled when I was asking Mr. Diaz about the effects of alcohol with his mental health needs, and he, as a physician, also didn't seem to understand the adverse effect of that as well. I appreciate that Mr. Diaz has no disciplinary reports. There is a protective order in place. However, at this point, I don't see Mr. Diaz as being suitable for parole because I'm not seeing that evidence of offender change.
See, they ain't letting dude out. Because they don't feel like he's taking responsibility for that shit.
I would appreciate seeing in a situation such as this. There doesn't seem to be the underlying factors in here do appear to be not addressed or not recognized by Mr. Diaz in a way in which I think makes him suitable for parole today. So I at this point, I'm not finding Mr. Diaz suitable for discretionary parole. Ms. Abel-Sasson?
So I think in terms of what you were discussing, one of my concerns is the interplay between what happened that night in terms of the mental health piece, the interplay with possible substances.
See, this is the part where I hate when they just get to like making it all extended. Just tell the man you ain't giving him parole and let him get back to doing his time.
And did that actually create a scenario where he doesn't exactly recall what happened as opposed to not taking responsibility? I think medication compliance and supervision are going to be key moving forward. In terms of the victim, if there is a situation where he is unaware of her whereabouts, I think that that's a matter in terms of they share a grandchild, there's family issues, there's still going to need to be work done in terms of medication compliance and whatever that release plan looks like. In terms of offender change, I guess I would be interested to hear from my colleagues who have more experience than I do what else could be done between now and August to effectuate better offender change and understanding.
That's on him. Y'all can't do nothing. That's on him. He has to.
Right, and unfortunately,
you can give him all the tools, but he has to know how to use
So I think a couple of factors have been brought up by my colleagues for me. One is the release plan. There is it is to reside with his son. His son has agreed that he would do that, provide housing and a residence for Mr. Diaz and provide support. And as
but if he doesn't feel he has an alcohol problem,
there's an outcome. I think they let this fool out.
defense. It's not on his OAP. So
no, it's not.
And
even with that high number.
Yeah, and if Mr. Diaz recognized or thought he had some issues with alcohol, I'm sure he could have requested some.
Come on, let this man know if he's getting out.
But he's not in that place.
And he's turning 70 next month.
No.
And at that point, knowing that there's an additional 5 years over his head, it would seem to me that there would be motivation to comply with medication and everything else in terms of the rollout of his potential discretionary parole.
So you're in favor?
I think,
Are you in favor as well?
That would be one of the stipulated.
Sounds like they're about to let dude out.
So for conditions, no alcohol.
Oh shit, yeah, they're letting him out.
Mental health evaluation and treatment, community-based treatment for domestic violence,
correct.
And no victim, no contact.
Stop beating women up.
Yep.
Anything else?
What is the difference between the two, the evaluation and the treatment? Why? Because I think the medication compliance is important.
And typically, we only order medication compliance when there's an issue of non-compliance.
Okay. So that doesn't apply.
And it affects public safety.
It's about a minute left, y'all.
So in the matter of Wilfredo Diaz, 440-371, there's a motion to grant parole on or after May 20th, 2025 with the following stipulations. No alcohol, mental health evaluation and treatment.
Dude's getting out this year.
Community-based treatment for domestic violence. No contact with the victim. ID. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Aye. So, Mr. Diaz, you were voted to parole by majority decision. Do you understand the conditions that we've stipulated?
Excuse me. Can you say again when you started the sentence?
Dumbass, you better say yes.
Just start over again.
Yes. So you have been granted parole today.
Okay.
All right. And we have imposed a number of conditions for that parole.